Welcome back, my fellow aficionados. It's great to be back. And in this episode, we're going to continue with the questions, comments, some new subs. So the next comment from Holdswath. What is your favorite New World cigar? Cheers, man. Great question, my man. Great question. Man, I keep saying I got to go back with Pete Johnson and Tatuaje. I mean, AJ Fernandez has got some awesome stuff, but if I had to pick one, I'm not going to use cop outs. Oh, I'll take both. You asked for one. If I had to pick one, I would pick the Tatuaje, whether it be the AKA black label, red label. Those are fantastic sticks. And I believe the Havana 6 was phenomenal. So, yeah, it would be the Tatuaje, my man. Great question. And the next question, we're kind of gonna amalgamate this. And now, Jeremy and I were discussing, do I buy cigars at the airport? Typically, no, I don't. But Veradero does have a pretty good selection. It's a pretty nice humidor. But yeah, typically, no. I would say I probably don't. But Nicholas Legros, I mean, he brought up a great point. With as I was saying with Veradero, he's found some excellent boxes there, and what he does, and he has a very valid point. When you purchase the box, have them open the box right then and there. And now, the last 2 trips I made, I did not do that. And I did not have an issue. Not with mold, not with beetles. This trip, though, that I had some friends go, yes. I asked them, please, when you're there, have them open the box, inspect the cigars, and bring them back. So, yeah, but I would err on the side of caution, the way Nicholas suggested. Like when you're there, get them to cut it open right then and there. That way, if there's any issues, they'll get you a new box or replace the sticks. So, but yeah, hopefully, Jeremy, that kind of surmises what the three of us were chatting about there. And the next comment from Dwayne McInnes, and I think I brought this up before. He's an Australian. They get nailed with duty, just the same, and it sucks. It really does suck. But we try to make the best out of a shitty situation. Next comment from Demetrius Banks. Very nice. Love watching your videos. Thank you, sir. And I'm glad you're enjoying it. I'm glad you're getting something out of it. And the warmer weather is right around the corner. Now, I have to take care of some studying first, but I do have some live streaming equipment, and I'm gonna have to learn that. Right now, it's not a priority, but I'm gonna have to get that in, because I definitely want to set up either in the garage or in the back and do some live streaming, have some cigars, And as I said before, I join you, you join me, sit back for an hour, 2 hours, and enjoy a nice stick and do some Q&As and questions. And I mean, it doesn't have to necessarily be strictly cigars, but in just a pleasant conversation while we're enjoying our sticks. Next comment. Jim LeBlanc, thanks for the tour, brother. Beautiful. And he's talking about the humidor too. Thank you, sir. Yeah, it is like I have to stop myself sometimes from just opening the door, because honestly, when I do it, the whole basement just has that aroma. Oh man, it's fantastic. Next comment. Carlos Santos, beautiful collection. Looking forward to the 10-year-old sticks in terms of a review, I hope. How often do you need to open it? He's talking about the 10-year-old box of the St. Louis Rays, and the reservoir for the Aristocrat. And I think I mentioned when we were texting it, depending, but typically, I mean, it fluctuates, right? But let's say on average, I'm doing it once every 3 months. Where I'm talking, it's almost dropping. I've never let the reservoir drop where the alarm would go off. There's always, some water in there. And as for the wicks, regardless, I change them once a year. I don't wait till I start seeing mold, or my schedule is once a year, I change the wicks. So what I can do, which Carlos brought up a good point, the next time that happens, which unfortunately I just did this a month or two ago. So the next time I refill the reservoirs, I'll show you what is entailed, and when I change the wicks, so you have an idea of what the maintenance is. And honestly, it's not a big deal to maintain an active system like that. Next comment from Mike McLavick. Awesome humidor. Where did you purchase it from? Yes, it is. And I think, as I told you before, this guy I'm probably going to end up selling to get a bigger one. I purchased this from Mr. Bob Stabell, Aristocrat, in Texas. And he is absolutely phenomenal. I cannot stress that enough. And unfortunately, he is no longer making humidors. Situation arose, so he is scaling back. And what he's going to be doing is just maintaining the electronics for all the humidors that are out there. So it's disappointing, but I know where he's coming from too. It's he's paid his dues, so time to kind of enjoy life a bit. But that's where that humidor comes from, and I can't even say it the best investment I've ever made. All right, next question. So I was talking with KKH369, and we were discussing cigars, flavor profiles, and he is not a fan of the LGC, and which is fine. I mean, his brands are Bolivar, Ramon Ionis, and Pardius. Those seem to be his his favorite. And yeah, I get it. You know, I like those two, but like I was explaining to him, I don't like to pigeonhole myself. Like I don't like to limit myself to certain brands, if that makes sense. Um, I like, I want to try them all. Like you know, I do find the older I get, depending on the day, the mood, whether you had a big meal or not, morning, afternoon, evening, the time of day, um, kind of influences what stick. And being able to try all different kinds, um, I like it. I like it. You know, I do like, you know, the subtle woods, the creaminess, the leather, you know, kind of you know, the lighter notes. I don't always want to get my palate blasted, um, you know, and I'm not trying to stereotype, but typically when you're having non-Cubans, you get that pepper and spice, and it's just pow, you know, in your face, and it's not something I want all the time. So I just try to make, you know, life's short, right? And I want to try to well round um, the palette, which I know, I can't remember. I think it was John. I could be wrong. If I am, I apologize. Who was asking, you know, would you be able to help some novice develop their palette profile? And the best thing to do, honestly, you know, certain sticks will have certain characteristics more prevalent in them, and I think that is the best way to do it. Because I was discussing with John before, you know, I had such a hard time, uh, and I don't know why, but between that cinnamon and kind of that spice note, and it was really hard for me to distinguish. You know, it was such a fine line, and it's amazing, you know, after years, and now when you do it, it's just, oh yeah, you know, bang, yeah, that's a cinnamon note, you know, that's more of a black pepper, that's more of a chili. So you know, it comes with time. All right, next question. Mike McLavick again. He needs to figure out. He needs a bigger humidor after filling several desktops, and wanting to age boxes. Yeah, man. That's, I know. When you're at that stage, that's tough. I can tell you what I did. So I did my research. Finally found the aristocrat that I wanted. But in the meantime, I ended up using coolers, just like your plastic coolers that you'll take to a park, and load it up on Boveda bags. And I did that for, I believe it was about 4 months before this guy showed up. So nothing wrong with it. Did the job. Yeah, it probably doesn't look the greatest, but to hold you over while you do your research and pick out your next your next big humidor, I'd probably recommend doing that. Save you a few bucks too, right? So yeah, hopefully that helps you out. Next question from Manny Boy 805. Really enjoy your videos. Quick question. The trays you have the singles on in the first shelf, where did you pick those up? And you're not going to be able to see those. Yeah, believe it or not, and I mentioned this to you, those are the Monte Cristo Edmundo lid. Just had an empty box and just pop the hinges off. That's all that is. I'm sure you can get some decent trays with the slats, and so you get a little bit more of circulation, but you know, it works. But yeah, that's what that's what those are. Next comment from Mazen Mitri, new to the cigars, love the hobby. Thanks for the great content. Thank you, sir. And would love to follow you on Facebook and find those vendors. And I believe we touched base, so you're part of that. And yeah, you can check it out. It's really good group of guys. Next comment from Marlon M. Greetings from Manitoba. Hello, sir. New subscriber, new to the cigar world. I've been obsessing over them since my visit to Cuba. Yeah, that'll do it. That'll do it. Thanks for the humidor tour. You're welcome, sir. And yeah, I hope you had a blast in Cuba. Yeah, it's pretty amazing, especially when you're there. And I think just that salt ocean air too adds to that. And that's one thing I've noticed with, in particular, in my experience, with the Ramon Leonis, especially selected. I tend to always get, because like you got to remember, tasting notes trigger memories, right? Like it's crazy how it ties in, but there's a specific note I get, and I've yet to get it from any other ones. It always seems to be, or maybe again, it's just in my memory with the Ramon Leonis, when I get that salty, sweet, I don't want to say the twang, because it's not complete. Maybe it is. Maybe it is. I do have to categorize it that way, but it's not. It's slightly different, but it's just like I can taste when you're in the ocean and you get that salt on your lips. That is that flavor that I get, and it instantly just boots me back to being on the beaches in Cuba, and it's I love it whenever I get that, and maybe that's why I'm kind of partial to Ramon Leonis, that I tend to always favor that way. But it's funny how certain tasting notes can trigger memories like that. But great question, man. Next comment from Dwayne McInnes. He commented on again the humidor tour. Great video. It's funny. My cigar smoking mates see my collection of approximately 50 boxes, 30 Cubans, alas, no expensive regionals, and they think this is a huge amount that will last forever. They disappear. Yeah, they sure. They like you said, they do disappear quick. The same kind of deal where people look at this and say, "Holy smokes, you have a ton of cigars." But I honestly, I don't mind sharing when I invite friends over. I'm not one of those ones where you bring your own cigars, and if I invite people over, I will give the cigars, and it I don't know, I enjoy doing it. I'm fortunate that I can do it. I enjoy doing it, and sharing what I have. It's just me. It's just everybody's different. But all right, the next, well, it's more of a topic. So for those of us living in Canada, they passed the bill for the plain packaging. When does it start? Nobody knows. Is it going to start for sure? Nobody knows. How are they going to do this? Is it going to be from vendor or distributor, or which highly unlikely, but the merchant? No. So that kind of sucks. I don't want to get into it too much now because we still don't know what is going on, but just to let you guys know that it has passed, and it looks like we're going to be seeing some changes. So that's not going to be fun, but we'll get into that more as more details come out of how they're going to approach this whole plain packaging thing. Next comment from Tyler. Everyone has a favorite cigar. To date, this was mine, and he's talking about the Hoyo Epicure Especial. Burned for an hour and a half, slow smoke with a few pale ales. Hey, that's the best. With a friend who equally enjoys, and that's what it's all about. He was going through, well, I don't want to, anyway, he's going through a tough situation, and I'm assuming they had their time to talk and kind of de-stress, and but that is exactly it. You know, the moment. It doesn't always have to be a celebration or something. It could even be just somebody needs to get something off their chest, and what better way than doing it like that. But hats off, man. All right, next comment from Nicholas Legros. That's a thing of beauty. Thanks for the shout out, Nick. Beautiful setup. I could almost smell it from here. And he's talking about the humidor tour. Thanks, my friend. But yeah, that's stuff like that is the reason why I keep doing this. That's awesome. Stay smoky, my friend. John Reddy. And now he's talking about the Partagas unboxing I did. He's like, that's both you and Carlos that had a Maduro kick your ass. Honestly, I would likely be right beside the both of you. I'll have to try a natural, but the prices are up there. Yeah, they are expensive for the the Padrones. But to be honest with you, it wasn't the Maduro that got me. It was a natural. It doesn't really matter, in my opinion, Maduro, natural. It's more the blend. And if you have a lot of Ligero, man, that's gonna, Rocky Patel's got that super Ligero, man. I'm telling you, I was seeing stars. Some people doesn't bother them, but for me, it kicked my ass. Now the one that I had was the Padron, the 80th anniversary, and holy smokes, I'm talking like head spins, cold sweats, clammy, kill me now. And what doesn't help is, and it's completely off topic, but doing intermittent fasting, and wow, is that messing up my cigar smoking, because being on an empty stomach most of the time is really kicking the crap out of me with some cigars that never did. So it's taking a lot of adjustments to get it right. But yeah, I mean, I do love the Maduros. I love the flavor of the Maduros. The burn can get annoying. It always seems to be a wonky burn, so that can get a little frustrating. But yeah, as strength wise go, yeah, it doesn't matter. It could be a natural. It's the blend. That's all that is. But yeah, you definitely have to try one though, John. All right, And so I had an email, and it's quite a few people that now have mentioned this. So about doing a Cuba trip. Now I said this in a couple of videos before too. So I'm currently talking with a colleague in Europe, and we're trying to organize something. Now we were thinking with the Habano Festival or the Partagas Festival, but the issue when we were talking, we were like, well, what's the budget that some of the viewers are looking at? So it's not cheap for going to any of the events, and I think it might turn quite a few people off. So what we were discussing, well, what about if we were to organize something, either sometime late in the year or after the festivals, and we can kind of make it our own cigar trip, organize some factory tours, go see a couple plantations. So it's something in the works, and definitely when things start to get more concrete, I will send. Well, I'll post a video, and we'll see what number we can get, and we'll take it from there. But yeah. So I just wanted to quickly do a roll call here. So there's some new subscribers, and again, if I miss some of you, I apologize deeply. But Paul Gagnon, Ricardo Siracusa, if I got that right, Gamma Wolf 2000, Kobe Jones, Manny Boy 805, AW 9292, KHA Dia, Tyler A, Rory's channel reviews, Tony Aiello, Bill Salazar, and Puff Puff. I like that, Puff Puff cigar. Welcome all of you. I appreciate the support. I can't stress that enough. So currently we are sitting at 682 subs. So 18 more, and we will do the giveaway. I'm trying to get my hands. I know a lot of you guys like this toque, so I'm going to see if I can add this to the giveaway. And when we reach the 700, we'll do that. The idea is, I think what I'm thinking is we'll try to do it live stream if I can understand this live streaming stuff. My God, that way I can do it outside, have a cigar in the process while we draw the winner. So that is it for me, folks. That was awesome. Keep it up. Keep the engagement going. Comments, everything. And yeah, we'll get into some more unboxings. I can't wait to show you guys some of the boxes that are fresh from Cuba. So as always, good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you're watching around the world. Hit like, subscribe, share, and I will catch you guys on the next video. Cheers.